Hello, welcome back to ESA Summer Online. We are raising money for Alzheimer Fonden. Links to donate can be found below the stream. We would also like to thank Kaspersky, Twitch, and ViewSonic for sponsoring this event. Now it's time for Jackalacka running Spongebob Squarepants Battle for Bikini Bottom. Take it away.
Yo, what's up, ESA? I'm Jackalacka, and on commentary I got my boy Crawfish, and we're gonna be doing a 90% run of Battle for Bikini Bottom. So, yeah, sorry about all the technical difficulties. The run's a little bit delayed, but really excited to be doing this today. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. So, timing starts when I press no on autosave. So, I'm gonna be starting the timer on 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, we good? I think we're good. Yeah, so Battle for Bikini Bottom is basically like a SpongeBob platformer in the same vein as like Mario 64. Came out on like original Xbox, PS2, and GameCube in 2003. Really great like casual game, and it just got a new remake, like BFUV Rehydrated, that you can definitely check out. Like it's got some really sick speedrun strats, but yeah. Basically, what we're going to be doing in this 90% run is we're going to be collecting 75 of the main collectibles, which are the golden spatulas to gain access to the Chum Bucket Lab and defeat the final boss fight in the fastest time that we can go. So, yeah, right at the start of the run, we're going to be doing a trick called Hans Disable. You can see like on the outside of Bikini Bottom, there's like these red dots that indicate the out of bounds area in the level, and by going into a loading zone with Hans on screen, it effectively disables him for the rest of the run, which is going to allow us to access a ton of out of bounds areas and speed up the route significantly. So it's a huge trick. You always miss it when you like first see the speed run of this game, because it's like it just looks so easy that you just go right into the like jellyfish taxi pad. But yeah, we wouldn't be able to get that spatula without disabling Hans, or at least like in that method. But yeah. So basically, just gonna be climbing up top of the pineapple, and we got like the first like really big sequence break in the run right here. Could you explain RSS, Craw?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so RSS is going to be our way of essentially skipping the first hub world. There's 3 hub worlds in this game. There's Hub 1, Hub 2, and Hub 3. Because we have the hand disabled, we can sort of go out of bounds here and do a really precise jump to go straight to the second world without getting
Yes, let's
required
go.
for it. Nice, nice. The trick is very hard, so it's really nice we have it in the first couple of minutes of the run.
Yeah.
So he's going to be going to Hub 2, and immediately he's going to be doing another trick there, where he's going to be setting up a sponge ball storage. He's going to be jumping into the sponge ball and jumping before the animation of him landing ends, so that he can sort of carry it over to this cliff over here. When he gets there, he wants to bounce against the wall and bounce in the right way so he can land on top of the chum bucket, and we can wind up in Hub 3 before we even get any spatulas, essentially.
There we go. Let's go. But yeah, those 2 tricks right there are extremely difficult. They were originally only used in this category called 16%, but after a new trick that we found called SBA, it was found that like it would be fast to access a lot of the Hub 3 spatulas before entering the first boss fight, and so we get to do Robo Sandy skip and rollbuck in the 90% route, which is pretty hype. They are very difficult though, so getting those first tries is really pog. So yeah, I'm gonna be warping to like Jellyfish Fields. I'm gonna be setting up a 1-frame jump called Hammer Skip. So basically in this game, you'll see like a lot of these patches of goo, or what people just think is water. And if you jump into the goo, the game will try and place you back on your last standing position on the ground. And so it essentially gives us a bit of knockback, but the frame after the damage animation... Oh, let's go. The frame after the damage animation, the game considers SpongeBob to be in a grounded state. So he can essentially do a double jump by since he's in a grounded state, he still has his double jump and can use the damage boost to get some extra height, lure the hammer bot up there, and get up to that ledge really quickly. That's a very difficult strat. Yeah, we're gonna be going down to do another damage boost. Could you explain damage boosting, Craw? Because I'm not the best at it.
Oh yeah, not a problem. So damage boosting, well, you saw Jack do a damage boost earlier with that 1 frame, but we don't like doing 1 frame tricks. They're kind of difficult, and we prefer making them a bit easier. So throughout the run, you're gonna see us sort of sliding off ledges. In this game, you sort of have some weird property where you have 15 frames after you walk off a ledge where you still count as grounded. You can still jump, dash, all that stuff. So if we get hit like this robot, we can bash. Nice, dude. It's a really good early game so far. We get to go flying and hit this trigger.
I think that's a gold.
Yeah. So you're going to see a lot of those sort of sliding bashes throughout the run. They really are much more useful, because you said you have like around 15 frames to bash instead of 1, so it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, definitely like one of the coolest tricks that like really got me into speedrunning the game, like especially this one coming up, oil skip. This is so sick.
Yeah, so we're actually going to be waiting on a certain timing where the oil bot is going to shoot his little projectile. And with this setup here, we should go flying straight to the end of Dream, if everything works out.
There we go. That was
Nice.
kind of a weird setup.
That's a bit close.
Yeah, shoutouts to right side, gang. Yeah, you can like kind of go a little bit more to the left on that setup, but I always tend to like end up on the ground a bit longer, so you don't actually get the damage boost. But yeah, we got it. Also, Pat stream, really difficult level. Alright, slide skip.
The next is gonna be super like slide skip, bounce skip, whatever you want to call it. This thing's stuck in there. What you do is for whatever reason, when you're going really fast into like a wall, you get your jump back like there. This is crazy actually. So see that he just skipped the entire clam he had to pay for.
That was actually a 1 frame variant of like slide skip called turbo bounce, where basically you get a 1 frame jump off of like the 1 frame jump we were talking about with hammer skip. You do that off of the first block in Dream, and that allows you to skip a whole cycle and like jump straight to the trampoline. That was really good. And then like right after that, since we unlocked the super bounce, like spatula, or like we unlocked like the super bounce task in the menu since we got the spatula for it, we can warp straight to Sandy stream, and since we disabled Hans, we can just jump straight over to the end of the level, and by jumping into the acorn in that certain spot, it tricks the game into thinking that we've like hit a checkpoint right where the end of the slide is, and we can just jump straight to the spatula. So yep. Turns like a 4-minute sliding level into like a frickin' like 30-second spatula. But yeah, that was like, that's some insane Jellyfish and Dream gameplay right there. At least by my standards. Like some would just be like, oh, yeah. Yeah, but right here we're gonna be doing like Squid's house. I almost said Squid's dream. Basically just breaking all of his furniture, but I'm leaving the, I left the music stand like unfazed until right at the end so I could do a spatula animation skip. It saves a little bit of time, but you may be wondering like why we're collecting these socks. Basically in the robot like takeover Bikini Bottom that happens at the beginning of the game, Patrick ends up losing like all the socks in his collection. So there's 80 socks around in the game that we have to collect. And if you trade in 10, you get a golden spatula in return. So they basically act as like the blue coins from Mario Sunshine. That's usually like the best analogy that we have. And yeah, so I'm going to be getting 20 socks in this route, but yeah. That's Patrick. And we're just going to be...
Coming up.
Oh yeah, I was just going to say like Gula Good Beach is coming up. Really difficult segment right here.
We're going to be doing a sponge slide here first. First he's going to do a little 1-frame jump for this sock. So again, like I said earlier, just has to jump in the frame after his damage animation is done. But then we're going to set up what is known as a sponge glide. He's going to do another little damage boost here, but he's going to try to slam into the tower in a certain way. Ah, darn. Yeah, and what he wants to do is he wants to get stuck in there, but still keep on moving. You'll see it when it happens. We really don't know why this works, but it just works. And it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But it puts us right at the end of the level again. You're going to see that a bit more in the run. Another little sliding bash here.
Wow, that was a really good Gulagoon boost. Like just like one missed. That was like just one missed ETG, so that was like really awesome. Alright, yeah. So I think there's not really too much that goes on here, so I'd say this is probably a good time to talk about just like sequence breaking and menuing in this game. Like you'll notice that we've been like backtracking really easily because we can just warp to places in the menu. That's going to be a huge factor of like how we can go so fast in late game, because once we get the cruise boost ability, we're going to be just getting spatulas left and right and just easily warping back to levels we've already accessed. But yeah, and apart from like menuing as far as like speeding up the route, we actually did a huge sequence break with Gulagoon, as Crawfish said. By like sponge gliding over to the end of the level, we can access teleport boxes that you've seen right there from the back entrance of each of the levels, and usually you wouldn't be able to use those when you enter, like let's say you entered Gulagoon Caves right there from the front. You wouldn't normally be able to access the teleport box, obviously, to like go to the end of the level. But since we entered it from the back, like we can just abuse the teleport boxes and just go backwards through Gulagoon and other levels, so that's going to be really huge throughout the run. But yeah, really, like, this is an awesome early game. So, yeah, we got like the first like major boss fight right here, which is Robo Sandy. Like, there's not too much to talk about here. Basically, I'm just going to be doing some manipulations during the during the level to speed it up a little bit. Like right here, just standing in the middle to speed up Sandy's animation, or just standing at like certain parts of the wall, or like the whatever this is, like a fence, I guess. I don't really know wrestling that much. Like standing at certain parts of the fence to manipulate where Sandy goes, but there's not too much here. Basically just doing this to unlock the Bubble Bowl ability that we're going to be using for a really big trick called SBA coming up, and just using it throughout the run. So this would be like a really good time for donations if there are any. Do we have any poker?
Hey, sure we do. We have $10 from Mr. Mini Stefan saying, "Hi Jack, good luck. We're cheering for you in the VC. Thank you so much for your donation."
Yo, thanks for the good luck, Stefan. Yeah, is that all we got for now, or?
I would just like to remind everyone that you're watching ESA Summer Online, benefiting Alzheimer Fonden. If you'd like to donate and you have the means to do so, we have the donate now or donate here, something with the word donate for sure, button in the description of the stream. So use that if you'd like to donate. Thank you so much for all of your donations so far.
Yeah, we don't really have like too much to talk about here. Like basically,
I guess we could talk about like the context of this fight. This is clearly like one of the slowest spatulas in the game, but you might be wondering if there's like a way to speed this up or skip this. We actually have ways to skip this fight. We can actually do a really easy clip. It takes like maybe 12 seconds to do. That allows us to get the spatula. The problem is that it doesn't give us the power up. So that's why we're doing this long fight, even though we can sort of skip it. It's kind of unfortunate because the game would be like 3 minutes faster if we could just do that instead.
Or like 7 minutes faster if we could also do like industrial parks, like skip. But that lag clip is like barely possible. Yeah, but like basically all the stuff in mid-game that we're gonna be doing is just pretty like standard gameplay. Not like too much. Just gonna be doing some bash boost and rock bottom, which are pretty cool. But I think like SBA is probably the biggest trick that we have that's been discovered in the past like couple of years. It was found in like late 2018, but like we're gonna be using it to get a ton of shiny objects. You probably like I mentioned like how we were collecting socks, but you may be wondering what these things in the top right of the HUD are. Those are shiny objects. Those are like the main currency of battle, which you can use to like pay for clams, to unlock tasks. Like that's what we ended up skipping during slide skip. We would normally have to pay like 1,000 shiny objects for that clam to access a trampoline, but we don't have to do that. So Yeah, we're just gonna get a lot of shinies, like in Goo Lagoon, so that we can get all the crab spatulas. We're dropping a few frames. Hopefully that comes back. Alright, I think we're good. Yeah, I just dropped a few, but I think that's probably just because I'm trying 25k, or 2500, like, bit rate, which is a bit higher than what I usually do, but yeah, I just want to make sure the stream looks good. But yeah. This is like the first instance of like true RNG in the run, just like basically just hoping that we get good robot spawns from the Duplicatotrons. This is like the first of 2 ambush levels in this route. We're going to be doing Krusty Krab as well, but we're going to be doing that like right before we go to the second major boss fight. Yeah. I'm going to be using that warp ability to go back to Goo Lagoon, because now that we have the Bubble Bowl, it's a lot faster since we get to do SBA. This is basically why like we do the Dream Early route, or why we go to SpongeBob Stream really like quick, because it's just fast to get those spatulas out of the way so we can get to SBA as quick as possible. That's like the shortest explanation I can give, but yeah. Basically for this trick, we're going to be taking 2 of these stone tikis over to the skee-ball machine in Goo Lagoon Pier, and basically the way this works is that like there's a trigger that the developers put in each of the holes, which indicates that you've thrown a bubble bowl in, which is the ability that we just got that you saw in Tree Dome, and once the bubble bowl enters that trigger, it gives you the shiny objects corresponding with the hole. And so if we put 2 stone tikis in the 30 shiny object hole in such a way where we can get the bubble bowl stuck in between the 2 tikis, it can oscillate back and forth inside and outside of the trigger, thus just giving you an absurd amount of shiny objects. But I gotta set this up. Yeah, might be too far. I think this could work. It looks good. It kind of went a little bit to the left, which is kind of scary, but I'm gonna give it a risk.
This trick has gone through a lot of different variants throughout the years. It started off as like this version where you would get the darn.
That's a frame perfect one, but like nah.
Yeah, just spit out of position. So he's using the current frame perfect method of getting 30 shiny objects per frame, well, every other frame. But it used to be like that. It used to be we'd get 50 shiny objects like twice every second. Then we found a frame perfect way to do the 10 hole, so we'd get 10 shiny objects every other frame. I think around midway through 2019 is when we found the 30 setup, which significantly sped stuff up, and that's currently what we use today, except we use a little modified version that puts it in a way where it's always going to be frame perfect, as opposed to before where it wasn't always guaranteed frame perfect.
Yeah, it's still a pretty precise setup, but you know, hopefully this works. Please work. There we go. Okay, now it's frame perfect. We're good. Yeah. That's like the first like major mistake in the run, so I mean this is going really solid right now, so I'm happy. Yeah, but like SBA is easily like the biggest example of community collaboration like towards a certain trick. There's been so many people that have worked on it, and just an absurd amount of time spent trying to optimize it and just make it fast. Like you can do 40 shiny object SBA, but it's really difficult, and they're still trying to work on the tasks. So send 420 Blazes some love. I think he's in the chat. He and Hazel are still working on it. There we go. All right. Tower Bungee was a bit rough. Oh yeah, I forgot to give like an audio warning for like the shiny objects. They're kind of loud.
You get really used to them, though. They sort of become music for runners eventually.
And with that, we are done with Goo Lagoon. Just gotta get slip slided into the pier. Yeah, we had to like clean out the bumper boats, so we kind of did that on the way, and we can just get the spatula afterward. Yeah, my least favorite trick coming up, but hopefully it goes well. Forbidden. That voice crack was that was real.
Nice.
All right, forbidden skip.
So he's gonna try to bowl into this spike, set in a good angle. Nice.
There we go.
That skips the whole puzzle where you have to or platforming section where you bowl the little funnel, and that puts out a ball you have to follow. Of course, the devs did not test to see if you could just jump up there without the ball.
Yeah, jump spacing is really important there, though. Like you have to be really good with your double jumps in order to get that. But most like new runners get it pretty quick. Yeah, just gonna be handing in the crab spatula since we got that. Since we got like all those shiny objects, so this would be a good time. Like if we have like another donation, because we're just handing in crab spatulas.
We have two very cheerful ones. We have $10 from Hasfar saying, "My boy does not miss. Happy to see this game run on this stage, and Jack is killing it so far." Thank you very much. We also have $5 from Zipcode saying, "Let's go, Jack." Thank you both so very much for your donations. We are at $18,502 right now. We've passed halfway through to $19,000, so let's get that very soon. Thank you for all of your donations so far. All of them are going to a great cause.
Thanks, Hasfar and Zipcode. Love you guys. Oh, I did an accidental bowl. Yeah, entering Murmulair. This is just like basically entrance area. Just gonna be doing a like bubble bowl off of the disco platform, hoping to get a 1 frame. All right, I didn't even get that much of a boost, so that probably wouldn't have helped that much. Yeah, this is like one of the first levels you're intended to do with the bubble bowl. So there's like a lot of like paddle wheels and stuff that we're gonna be doing, which is just like intended gameplay. It's a pretty fun level speedrunning though. I'm just gonna be skipping a few challenges because they're kind of slow. So sadly, no funnel machines. Although that's always like a really difficult thing to adjust between hundo and any percent. Like in 100% you're supposed to do funnel machines, but in any percent like you're not. So I sometimes like accidentally do that in an 80% run. It's just I just loses so much time. Yeah, that was just a computer rim sock. Basically just like a damage boost upward off the electrical thingy, and then just a bash off the pole. It's a pretty slow sock, but I'm really bad at routing, so I kind of haven't taken it out of the route yet. Yeah, intended gameplay. Yeah, right here, shoutouts to like Slam Gang. There's an ongoing debate in the community of whether we should be using like slams or melons for Towers of Power, but yeah.
Slam's faster, so anyone who's using melons is just losing time.
Yeah, most people have switched over, but like there's some people that like still do melons. I just always mess it up, and sometimes the melon can just lose its collision detection, and you like can't pick it up. It's just like not good. Yeah, so right here, I'm going to be storing a bit of momentum in the slide. I'm going to be using that to jump into the villain containment system trigger, just so we can get the task for the prawn fight that we're going to be doing later on in the run. Just because it's kind of slow, or it's pretty fast with the bubble bowl, but it's really a difficult method of doing it. So I just don't in this route. That route does save like 9 seconds though. I don't think it's worth it right now. Yeah, huge sequence break in security tunnel, and gonna be doing another bash right here, using that to get up top security tunnel, and yeah. Oh. Oh my god. This button has like the weirdest collision detection ever. You always have to be like really far away from it for it to actually register.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't really see it there, but there's like really a bunch of like disco platforms you have to walk across in that level. So the level like casually is like 3 or 4 minutes long, but we're really lucky that the devs didn't really account for that stuff there.
Yeah. Yeah, so you may have also noticed, like, in the bottom left corner that we are just hitting, like, 4 of the buttons to shut down the security system. In the game, in addition to, like, spatulas and socks, there's also, like, level-specific items that we can get to get a spatula for a certain task. The only other one that we're really going to be doing is, like King Jellyfish's jelly and the 5 balloons in Goo Lagoon, just because the other ones are really slow and like kind of out of the way. Like I don't see us ever doing like a 90% route with all 11 steering wheels.
I mean, we used to.
Yeah. Well, actually, the new route that you and like Kotada and like Shoyu were working on, doesn't that have like 6 steering wheels, and then you do like
It does, but we're thinking that Tiki's Go Boom is a bit faster.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I gotta check out that route at some point because it seemed pretty interesting. Like it's pretty out there. There we go. Yeah, so that's bathroom boost, really cool, like damage boost. Ideally, what you want to do is like land on the hot sauce and then get a 1 frame jump off of it, but I didn't get it. I'm gonna be doing sleepy skip. I am very bad at this one, but hopefully I get it.
Sleepy Skip, another one of those sliding bashes. You've seen a bunch of these here. Used to actually be a way worse trick. Used to be a 1 frame trick back in 2017, killed a bunch of runs. Now it's not like perfect, but it's way better than it used to be.
Yeah.
You also just rock bottom backwards.
Yeah, because like slip sliding away, which is like the one that we were like the spatula that we were closest to, is actually the final one that you're intended to get in rock bottom, but we just did another sequence break. I almost just entered rock bottom again. That would have been bad. But yeah, it's gonna be going on top of the Shady Shoals, jumping over to Sand Mountain, and we're actually like almost done with mid game. That's one reason I just love any percent, because like you can get to late game very quick, and late game's just extremely fast paced and stuff. However, I do understand why people like Hundo better, because that does have some pretty sick spatulas in like Sandman 1 cycle and Larry 3 side.
I hope you guys are ready for a bunch of Sand Mountain here.
Yeah, it's like the longest level in the run. Alright, there we go.
This is like the one category that doesn't do a lot of Sand Mountain. I believe in pretty much most other categories, it's optimal to do a bit more. But we got changes that a bit. That's not used yet.
Yeah, because like doesn't the new route have like Guppy Mound LCB?
It's both Guppy Mound LCB and the Slide 3 LCCS.
Yeah, that honestly sounds pretty fun, but like I've never tried the LCB before, so I don't know how bad it is to do like RTA.
For those who don't understand, we're just talking. It's just like some really hard trick that would save a small amount of time at 8%, but it's a pretty neat thing.
Yeah.
So, you also might be wondering why Jack is playing on Xbox. There are 3 versions of this game that came out. There's the PS2, the GameCube, and Xbox versions. Like he said earlier, Xbox is the fastest console by far, has the fastest loading times. But it's all coming from is good because you can lag the game if you want to. It doesn't typically lag. But you'll see why that's useful later.
Yeah, we just got the Industrial Park boss fight. Not too much going on here. It's similar to like Poseidon. I'm just going to be doing some small manipulations in Phase 3 to try and like get Robopat to stop in certain spots, but overall just trying to like speed up the hits as much as possible. So this would be a good time for donations if there were any more.
I would like to take this time to remind our viewers of the Bid Wars coming up. In just a few hours you can choose the hero name for Secret of Evermore. Right now, Dio is winning with $85. Right behind we had Pau with $20 and Deathnick with $10. So if you'd like to change the outcome of that, you still have some time But please don't forget that Secret Evermore is coming up in about 4.5 hours right now. Hopefully, I would just like to remind you as well that we are ESA Summer Online gathering money for Alzheimer Fonden. I'm sorry, a Swedish Alzheimer Foundation. All of your donations go to Alzheimer Fonden fully. Thank you so much for all of your support you've shown us so far.
Yeah, and thanks for having like Battle in the marathon. It's such a it's really awesome to get to like represent the community and just like get to show off the game that I just love to play. Yeah, right here, just like basically like switching to Sandy. I'm just gonna be dropping a ton of boxes just to make sure that I can actually hit Robopat. I always do that like movement right there, just, like try and manipulate him to stop in a certain spot, but it doesn't really work, so you just kind of have to guess.
This fight also has the best instances of the fish announcer, bar none.
Yeah. What thing I find funny about like the fish announcer is that his like for some reason he has more dialogue in the GameCube version, at least like in like Brain, like it just cuts off his dialogue in the Xbox version. Yeah. Did you start on the game on like the GameCube version when you started out, Kra, or did you like just go Xbox immediately?
I think I'm like a lot of people. We start with the emulator. Emulator is legal for speedrunning this game. It's kind of a great way to start if you're curious. But even though it was a limited time, it's highly recommended. How about you?
I started on GameCube, and then I switched to Wii and was like, wait, why am I golding everything? And then like, I think I mentioned like, oh, I think this saves time, but I kind of didn't really speak it loud enough. But we did realize like over time, like Wii does actually save a bit of time. So if you only have the GameCube version, like Wii is allowed on the boards. Like definitely go for that if you can. If you want to like save an extra like 20 seconds, but. Yeah, Xbox is the fastest version.
You also know as Jack. So go ahead.
Oh no, you go.
Yeah, he's standing in certain spots here. Oh, frozen. When he's doing the Robopatrick fight, that's because in phase 3 we want him to land in very specific spots after he spins. Because he spins around the arena. Oh my god,
that hurts.
that's like one of the most annoying things that happen. So he was trying to manipulate some stuff, but the goo particles he shoots out go out at a random pace, so sometimes they can just kind of screw you over like that. So right now he's going to be doing some improv manipulations.
Yeah,
so he can hopefully land in the right spot.
Yeah, I'm just doing like coal manipulations on the right side, which I've never done, but okay.
Oh.
Yeah. Not the best phase 3, but you know it's fine. Run's been going pretty solid so far, so I'm overall really happy with how this is going. I get to go to my favorite part of the run coming up, so that's pretty hype. Yeah, basically like similar to how we got the Bubble Bowl in Poseidon, we're gonna be getting the Cruise Bubble ability, which is like a homing missile, thanks to like us beating Industrial Park. And so since we get the Cruise Bubble, we get to do this trick called Cruise Boosting. I get like against the wall, I'm basically gonna press the Cruise Bubble and Bubble Bowl on the exact same frame, and what that's gonna do is store the sliding momentum of like SpongeBob going against the wall, and like add that to SpongeBob's walking speed. If we slide to the left or right on the wall again and then press L and B, or like the Bubble Bowl and Cruise Bubble on the same frame, then it's gonna store our walking speed, giving us double the speed. We're gonna be going really fast in this game. So, yeah, I'm just gonna be.
Always gonna...
Oh yeah, sorry, Cry, you
yeah,
go.
we're always getting pushed forward specifically. So if we try to stand still, if we don't touch the stick, we'll still be getting pushed forwards at all times. And notice he's turning a lot slower as well. He's trying to like position himself there. That's gonna go up in this trick specifically. This is rock skip. He has to like hold backwards and turn in certain ways just to get up there. Nice. Yeah, that's trick is like. Because of cruise speeding, that trick is really fast, but it's a lot harder than it looks. We're gonna see a lot of that throughout the run. he has to like hold the stick in very weird directions. It's kind of what makes the cruise boosting so much fun. We also have one of the craziest tricks coming up. We have our first lag clip. Jack's going to do is going to get another cruise boost here, and what he wants to do is he wants to generate lag to clip under the sort of landmass he's going to get on. So he's going to be mashing pause, unpause, and L really quickly to clip under here. Nice. And sort of navigate the out of bounds area to get the spatula.
Oh, get there. There we go.
Oh, the backup.
That was some risky maneuvering.
That was very scary.
Yeah, because normally what you're supposed to do is hit all of those like orange sink faucet thingies with like by stunning the enemies as Patrick and then throwing it at them. But by doing a lag clip, we can just drain the lake without ever draining the lake. So yeah, that trick is really scary because you have to just mash start and select so fast to lag the game, and then you also have to press L at the same time. But yeah, I'm really happy we got that first try. Yeah, just gonna be going up Spork Mountain. Pretty tight maneuvering right here. Set up the juke. Alright, I tried to set up the juke, but I was too high. Alright, yeah. Also, one thing that's like a weird side effect of the cruise boost is that since you're like being pushed forward even when you're not like moving the analog stick, during a spatula animation you just kind of circle around the camera, but sometimes you just go straight towards the camera. So I tried to like put the I tried to like angle the camera in a certain way to where I would like kind of circle around it to avoid just like dying in the like near like where that cork was on the way up Spork Mountain. Because if you like get a camera lock going like towards it, you just kind of fall. Yeah. Also, if anyone's curious why I don't get the slide sock, I think like all of the socks that I do in my late game route are kind of fast, so that's technically the slowest one. I sadly can't do the money strat because nah. I'd have to go and like, you know, activate the over the moat challenge, so yeah, that'd be kind of out of the way. Especially when I can do out of bounds mode. The money strat lives on though. Yeah, gonna be entering downtown. This is actually the first like of a few manual cruise boosts. Normally, like when you're going against a wall, like the cruise bubble just detonates as it hits the wall. But right here, the curb's a bit too small, so you actually have to press L again after the cruise boost input to detonate it manually. So this can be like a little bit tricky to get the hang of, but it turned out all right, so we're good.
So you also notice Jack is being able to bash and move forwards as well as slam and move forward. Because he's only being pushed forwards by the cruise bubble, we essentially have more moves in our arsenal that actually make us platform and get across larger gaps. So you're going to see that a lot throughout the run. You see it a lot, especially in downtown Bikini Bottom.
Yeah, like there's some huge jumps that we got to make, like in rooftops. So it's like imperative that you get a full speed cruise boost, or else you just can't make it. Hopefully this is good enough. It looks to be pretty fast. Just gonna be getting windmill sock. I think if I held forward a bit longer, I would have fallen in between the trampoline. So that was good. I waited. Ooh. Antenna jump's really tight. You have to like that. Okay, that worked. All right, big jump. There we go.
Nice. That jump was really tight.
Yeah, Univa zoom in strat to avoid falling off. There we go. That's I just split. Yeah, one of my favorite sections of the run. Hopefully, still on cycle.
Yeah, so Jack's gonna be doing Save the Children right here. He has to hit this balloon. Yeah, this part sucks because you have to like make a certain cycle here. So the cycle's pretty tight, but you should be able to back this up, I'm pretty sure. You have to pop all 5 balloons with the children and rescue them, even though they're sort of over the goo. But he's going to be trying to do that really quickly, as well as avoiding a checkpoint later on to sort of skip a load as well. See if he gets everything right. But he seems to be backing this up pretty well, probably from years of doing the other method of this trick.
Yeah, because it's like different if you like reset or load in. I'm just gonna go for it. There we go. That saves out on like a little bit of time because I'm gonna die and then go immediately back to King of the Castle. And if I get an RCB, oh, I haven't talked about RCBs yet, but just give me a sec.
Yeah. So an RCB, you notice he sort of faces cruise boost right. If you hold L in the second cruise boost, you don't start your animation. You just kind of hold the pre-animation. But what you can do with that is you can do the hold L on the second cruise boost. That sort of cancels the animation because you're always going to push forwards. It's kind of a way to speed up some cruise boosts. It's faster, but it's also a bit riskier because if you miss it, you have to. It takes a little bit longer to back it up.
Another lag clip right here. There we go.
Yeah. So what he just did there was art skip. It's another lag clip where he actually got that shiny object he got was a debug trigger that made Mrs. Puffin collected all the art. So you're going to see a bit more of those debug triggers throughout the map, but that's probably one of the coolest ones for sure.
Yeah, developers actually left a ton of those in the game. The main ones that we use in the run are like for each of the, or for some of the bosses that we end up facing. They basically, during testing, just left a trigger above the origin of each of the levels that activates the ending cutscene for the boss right there. I'm trying to get this RCB. There we go. Yeah, and like if you just jump into it, it ends the boss fight without even like even starting the fight. So we're gonna be using those in the next level, Murmelair, when we go back to Murmelair. So yeah, just gonna be doing slip sliding away. That's actually like a huge sequence break, just like cruise bubbling the button for slip sliding away and then just getting the spatula before we've even activated the challenge. I mean, 40 in-game time is technically world record, so
I had a world record on the screen. You're here first. So we're typically supposed to go down a slide there. You see why RCBs can be like this.
Yeah,
but instead we just sort of jumped around, ignoring the slide.
Yeah. Also, that world record joke that was just a joke. Like that, when you do the route like that, you always get 40. So I just started making, I started making jokes on commentary, like, "Oh my God, they got world record." Yeah. Yeah, we're just getting. Oh. There we go. Yeah, I got quiet for a sec because in a few of the practice runs that I've been doing, I've gotten hit by that chuck because they're very good at targeting you. But we did like a bit of a like bash there, like a neutral bash there to avoid those vanishing tikis from like falling down, and that allowed us to get to the museum really quickly. But yeah, we're in museum right now.
Yeah, museum. So typically you're supposed to like deactivate these lasers, do a bunch of platforming, shooting Spongebob and Sandy. But instead, because of how the game prioritizes animations, when he takes damage and is grabbing that ledge, it prioritizes the ledge grab before the damage animation. So it has to play the entire animation from ledge grab first, pushing you through it. That's what allows us to do the rest of this, other than, you know, crazy cruise boosting and stuff.
BRC.
So this is going to be another one of the tricks. It's going to be a clip through this little ballroom cage. You still have to press L and be in the same frame. Nice.
Let's go.
So instead of doing that really long puzzle that everyone hates casually, and even in the speedrun, we just sort of do that instead. It's actually a lot harder than it looks, though. We have to like displace yourself on one frame and then clip on another frame. You're going to see another version of L clipping right here. He's just going to be bashing L while against that wall. You see the intangibility of it allows it to clip through. The devs did not really program the cruise bubble too well. It's a bit rushed, so that's why you can just do that. That's also another instance of the debug trigger right above the prawn fight. We don't have to fight prawn at all. Instead, we just hit that trigger, and the boss fight's over.
cleaning up in Sand Mountain, just getting top of the lodge. That's it. shortest level in any percent. There we go. Yeah. So last couple levels coming up is Kelp Forest. This is like probably the most broken in the 90% route, just because like we go to the end of the level like basically immediately, and then we can just get all the spatulas really quick. So yeah, I'm just gonna be getting a cruise boost. I normally go for an RCB there, but my RCBs have not been that good, so just going for a regular one. Yeah. So that's the end of the level right there. Basically, like this is like a really huge slide section, and in each of the slides they give you a spatula for completing it at all, and they give you a like spatula for a time challenge in each of the levels. And so if we activate the time challenge and get the teleport box, we can activate the trigger to trick the game into thinking that we're going on the slide. If we go into the box, we can jump into the trigger at the end of the level and then just like return to Mermaid Man. So you just completely just bypass the actual challenge.
Rest of Kelp Forest is pretty simple. It's crazy. It's like one of the most broken levels in the run, but you wouldn't really know it playing it. It's definitely one of the more relaxing sections. Kind of sort of like the calm before the storm.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. I think it's like a really fun level to just kind of chill, because Flying Dutchman and Squid Stream are just the most stressful levels ever. Yeah. I'm gonna opt out of doing Swamp Cage Clip because I'm not really that good at it. Shout out to 4 for helping me out with the angle, but I just haven't been getting that much recently, so we're just gonna skip it. Yeah, gonna be going for Sponge Swamp instead, which is one of my favorite strats, so hopefully we can get it. Alright, gonna do a jump onto this rock, kind of clip into it, bash, and right here, there we go. Still got it. Yeah, so that's just gonna allow us to avoid like getting the spatula and then having to warp to Tiki Roundup as Pat. So just gonna save a little bit of time by cruise boosting there. And now we got Squid Stream, so we'll see how this goes.
So we saved Squid Stream for later. Just maybe remember we went through this briefly at the beginning. So now we're going to conquer with cruise boosting. This level is very open. As you can see, there's not really any walls here. For whatever reason, this trumpet is programmed to have a trampoline no matter where you are on it. It sort of allows us to do this level so quickly. So he's just going to be ascending the notes sort of really out of order to ascend it without having to do any of the platforming. It's kind of nice. Pretty clean Squid Stream too.
Clean. There we go. Yeah, this is looking really good so far, but let's see how Dutchman goes. This is like easily the scariest level in the run, just because there's so much that can go wrong, but hopefully I can get this. Alright, gonna be doing a really precise pole boost right here. There we go. Alright, sick. So that's a good opening to entrance area. Not really sure what pace this is on.
I want to say like 55 maybe?
Ooh,
Or
okay.
Maybe 54, I don't know. It's a pretty good run though so far.
Yeah, I gotta keep this up. Yeah, so just gonna be like, this is a scripted trampoline. So when we have a cruise boost, our momentum gets locked in a certain direction. So I had to like turn around a bit there in order to like make it so I land on the goo tanker first. Okay, cool. That was like a slightly different angle than what I usually use, so I joined in on being kind of scared of my setup. Because whenever I do runs, everyone's just like, "Oh my god, Jack, you're gonna fall," and I'm just like, "No, I'll be fine." Because like when you're like circling around the camera, if you're really close to the edge, you can just fall sometimes, and yeah, that'd be a huge miss in entrance area, but we're good. Yeah, another manual CB right here, going for boat bash. See how it goes. Oh, I thought I could save it. That's not a big deal.
Time.
Yeah, that's like 3 seconds. Alright, there we go. Alright, ghost ship. Alright, cool. That's probably one of the scariest cruise boosts in the game, or at least like in my route. I feel like displacement cruise boosts are probably scarier, but like that one, if you fall off, you have to reload and stack of ships, then use the teleport box, and then go back up there. Although I actually didn't get the teleport box, so that probably would have lost like 40 seconds. Alright, that's fine.
What's funny is so Jack, why aren't you even getting the pylons? What's going on here?
Okay, so basically Heavy Iron Studios kind of messed up a little bit. This whole like task is called Destroy the Robot Ship. And like once you activate all the cannons, even though you haven't destroyed the robot ship yet, you get the spatula, so you can just do that. And then after you've activated the cannons, like once, even though the cannonballs didn't actually go anywhere, you get the warp for Defeat the Flying Dutchman, and you can just progress without ever having to go to the robot ship. So, yeah. But shoutouts to Heavy Iron. It makes for a great speedrun.
It does. Destroying those things is not very fun.
Yeah.
So now he's going to be doing another debugger trigger. Of course, the debug trigger is right above him, so how is he going to get there? He's just going to do some basic bashes, like we said earlier, to try and put himself right above his spawn point and the fight. Because this fight casually is incredibly slow. It's probably one of the worst things in this game. So it's really good that we can just skip this because it's so slow and so boring without it.
Yeah. Like, it's a pretty sick skip doing Dutchman, but like it would be out of the. If I were to switch to Prawn earlier, I think I'd have to route it out. Final lag clip in the run. Oh, onto the side.
That was good mashing too.
Yeah, it was looking good. All right, just pretend that didn't happen. We're setting it up again. Yeah. There we go.
So that sort of skipped just a long little segment where you have to take the sponge ball across a little path to make it to the goo cage in time. This time we just sort of do that and skip that whole segment. It saves a good amount of time.
Yeah. And there we go, 75 spatulas, and I almost just warped to Jellyfish for some reason. Alright, part of me wants to go for it since I did it in practice, but I don't know.
I respect the attempt.
That would have been sick. If it comes back around? Nah. Alright, we're just getting the double bowl shot. Never see it in runs. Yeah, I was trying to ground pound on the button. And there we go, that's the final boss fight. Okay, so timing ends on the third fuse being broken inside of SpongeBob's brain. So, here we go. Really precise ground pound onto the trampoline. Gonna be doing an L clip into here and then do an L jump to actually like clip into the brain. I'm gonna be going, I'm just gonna be completely cheesing this boss fight. Alright, timing ends in, not this one, but the next one. Alright. And time. There we go. Wow, 53-55. That's actually insane for no reset. Oh, I forgot. I was gonna go for like the out of here strat in Fast Brain, but I don't think I would have been able to get a 53. So I think it was worth it to go for the regular strat. That was a really good run. Like I am very happy with that. Yeah, that was like 2 minutes off PB. Like I'd say like the biggest mistakes were probably like SPA and that was like the big one that I can remember. Oh, Industrial was kind of shaky, but like other than that, that was a really good run. I'm really happy with how that went, and yeah, I know we're on a bit of a time crunch, but I just want to like first just give a huge thanks to the like battle community in general. It's just like they've really like the whole community has just like shaped me so much as a person over the last 3 years of my time in the community, and I'm just so grateful for like everything they've done, and I just can't thank them enough. And Craw, thank you for commentating with me, because there's a lot of tricks in here that I needed to focus on, and you did a great job on commentary. And
thank you.
And just thanks to ESA for believing in our community to include us in the run. Like it just means so much to get to like run battle here, and hopefully like get to do it again sometime. But I don't know. I had a blast doing this, and yeah. But like coming up, Jaxler, one of my best friends in the SpongeBob community, is running Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights, so definitely stick around for that, and definitely be sure to donate. Like !donate in the chat, and yeah, thanks for having us on ESA.